has to be a problem. Absolutely. Look at the lightning.
What an insane night that we just had. And I'm not even just talking about sports. I'm talking about the weather that we just had come through here. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So today we had a 3-unit play in Masterclass as well as a 2-unit play, guys. We cashed them both, okay? We had the Philly game over 9.5 for 3 units. We cashed that. We had the New York Yankees for 2 units. We cashed that. Having an absolutely awesome day. I'm going to talk about our free pick in a quick second, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about in terms of the weather that just came through here. Tornado warning. Got one on the ground, but nice of them to put it out in all French.
At 9:28 p.m.
Oh, there's some English.
Wednesday.
All right, off I go. So before I show you the video of what that turned into, and believe me, it was something wild. We had a free pick today, guys, 91% to win on Tampa Bay. Unfortunately, they blew up late, gave up a bunch of runs, so we lost that 91% to win. And the crazy thing is, if we hit that, we would have had the best single day Masterclass consensus group that I've ever had. We were approaching 16 units. Still going to be an absolutely incredible day, top to bottom. But it would have been the greatest single day that I personally ever had sports betting and Masterclass consensus group, but disappointed. So couldn't get it done with Tampa. Still an incredible day. Let me show you guys what I dealt with after that game. So just to preface this, I sent out a tweet after we cashed that 3-unit play, and it was a 5-unit play in consensus group, guys. By far the biggest play I've ever given out. I gave it out at 3 units, talked on consensus group, and like, yeah, this is like max play times 10. But I mean, 5 is our limit, and that is even crazy, okay? So we had 5 units in consensus group, 3 units in Masterclass. Needless to say, it cashed easily. Never a doubt in this one. But after the game, I'm like, well, that is a big load off my mind. And I sent out a tweet. I'm saying, you know what? The only thing can cost us here now is a storm or a meteor hitting the middle of the field here to call this game. Otherwise, we got it. Little did I know, the storm was actually meant for us. So I'm sitting here watching the games, and this whole wall just starts shaking. I can hear like clanking and rattling, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good. Then we get this pop up and yeah, emergency. So like, okay, well, yeah, that's something I need to listen to. So no sooner does that come on than I get an alert on my phone of a tornado. And it says seek shelter immediately. The only problem is I'm in my garage, and this garage here, guys, we're not attached to the house. So I went out, I started filming a little bit. And at that point I'm like, look, I can't go anywhere. I can't get to the house. There's lightning everywhere. You guys are going to see what I'm talking about in a second. And immediately in my mind, I'm like, look, okay, you know what? I've already talked to my wife. She's got my son. She woke him up, took him down in the basement. They're sheltered. We got like a little room down there that, you know, if the end of the world comes, then we're good, right? So that's where they went. And so now I'm game planning because I can't get to the house. I mean, the wind is absolutely insane. There's lightning everywhere. So I can't get to the house. So my immediate thought is, well, jump in the supercar, right? That's like what comes in my little brain when we get a crazy storm. I'm like, yeah, I'll just open up the door and jump in a supercar and off I go. Outrun the storm, right? Maybe. I don't know. But I want you guys to have a look at this because it was absolutely wild. So after this video cut off, I made the stupid decision that I'm not going to leave my family there. And I did run to the house, and it was crazy. I can tell you guys, I have not run that fast in a long time. And the whole way there, I'm like, I am going to get binked in the head with some debris or a bolt of lightning, because the lightning was crashing everywhere. The wind was going insane. There was shit flying around everywhere. And I'm like, I'm maybe 7 seconds, 8 seconds, full on sprint to the house. And the whole time I'm like, I'm going to get drilled in the head. And I want you guys to watch the beginning of this. I wish I'd filmed more of it, but I was busy worrying about my family. But check this out, guys. Crazy lightning. You can start towards the end of the video to see the trees start bending. And the wall where it was just kind of like vibrating, and you hear the bottles. Like, I don't know if you can hear in the video, but the whole wall is now vibrating massively. And I'm like, well, we got a tornado warning. My walls are shaking. The rain's going pretty much fucking sideways and the trees are bent over. And yeah, so I made that crazy sprint. Anyways, it passed over us. I would be incredibly shocked if in the light of tomorrow, they don't come out and announce a tornado on the ground, because I've been in 2 in my life, and that was a similar experience. Yeah. So when I was very young, I was in a crazy tornado, killed a bunch of people in Barrie, north of Toronto. A lot of people are familiar with it because it was a crazy, crazy tornado. And then I was in one back in 2010, which was actually to me a lot scarier because I was an adult and I realized what was happening. When I was a kid, I was in a store called Loblaws when I was young in Barrie. And I was basically picked up by my mom. She carried me outside and people were like freaking out. And the only thing that I can really remember of that is, you know, the rain and the hail hitting me, and it hurt so bad. And I was crying, and we jumped onto the road and we started driving away. And the crazy thing is, once we got to this hill, I looked back and I could see the tornado and all the debris. And it shows you how like your young mind can like warp your view of things that are scary, because it was terrifying to me when I was young. But in my mind still, my memory of that tornado was it covered the entire sky. The width of the tornado covered the entire sky, which I know it didn't. But in my mind, it was that powerful and that big that it had just covered the entire sky. And then I was in, like I mentioned, another tornado where I pulled up to an intersection north of Toronto, and the first hint was, well, I mean, there was a lot of hints. There was debris flying around, but the first hint was there was a billboard with a coffee time. Okay, that's way back in the day, but there used to be coffee time, and the billboard started doing like this, shaking back and forth, and I'm like, well, that's not good. So a bunch of cars, despite the red light, just took off. So I'm like, yep, I'm gonna take off too. Truck in front of me gets hit by literally half a tree. Like there's half a tree flying. It's a truck. It just hits the back of the bed of the truck, spins it halfway around, and I drove. Now, it was one of the most scary moments of my life because I was driving a Camaro convertible at the time, which would not have offered me a lot of protection. And I had this thing pretty much pinned, but I couldn't see anything in front of me. All I knew is that I wanted to get the fuck out of that area as soon as possible, but I couldn't see anything. It was this weird dark green color everywhere. And the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, I'm gonna hit somebody or something because I don't know where I'm going. I'm just trying to keep it on the road. There's debris hitting the car and the noise is crazy. And I got home from that and I was like literally sitting outside, and it's like blue sky. Like 10 minutes from there, blue sky, birds are chirping. I'm like, what the fuck? I told my mom I was just in a tornado. And I don't think she believed me because like a couple hours later, they come on the news and they're like, we just had a tornado touchdown. And my mom's like, oh, there was a tornado. I'm like, I told you there was a tornado. I literally drove right through it. So yes, somehow, for some reason, tornadoes seem to find me. But this one was up there in terms of getting my heart going. But I'm just happy it passes. Check this video, guys, because this is next level crazy. The most intense light show ever. And I wish I kept filming, but after I stopped filming, you can see the trees bending, but the whole garage literally started shaking, and I joined my family in the basement, and tornado passed or whatever. I feel like it's a tornado. We'll see if they report it as a tornado in the morning. They typically don't report a touchdown until they can actually confirm a touchdown, but I've been through this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a touchdown. But anyways, time will tell. Check this video out, guys.
There's non-stop lightning. I can't even get to my house, and the wind is picking up now. Probably not a good night to be in the garage. Definitely not going to the house in this. So, worst case scenario, supercar, open the garage, and I'll probably go. Because the wind is picking up. You can hear it howling there, but it is non-stop lightning. I've never seen this much lightning in my entire life. Look at this. Look at this. Holy shit. That is absolutely unbelievable. And the wind just keeps picking up. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like, I'm inside the garage, but the wind literally keeps picking up. This could be a problem. Absolutely. Look at the lightning. Has anyone ever seen anything like that? It is literally a strobe light show right now. This is crazy. I'm just gonna keep it on here. You guys can see the wind on that tree. This is insane. I've never seen this much lightning in my entire life. What a storm. I can hear the shelves behind me are like shaking right now. My shelves in my garage are shaking right now. This is unbelievable. Holy shit. Yeah, alright, I gotta go. It's getting fucked up here. I gotta figure out a game plan here because it is getting nasty right now. And, alright, you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it over the rain, but the whole side of my garage is shaking violently. It's just getting windier and windier too. This is, can you guys see that tree? You can probably see it by the lightning. Like it is almost sideways at this point, and it is bad news here. Okay, I gotta go. Best of luck to me tonight. Normally I wish you guys best of luck, but best of luck to me.